But the Bible literally tells us that we are to cast down what? Well, how come it's so hard to do? Because it's a choice. Anytime any negative thoughts come into your mind, you, my dear, have to be the one to say, I'm counter that. I was talking to one lady, and she thinks every man is going to cheat on her. I said, well, you know what? He is. Why? Because that's what you think. She said, I didn't blame me, I didn't blame you, I didn't do it, I didn't know they all cheated. I said, let me tell you something. And this is not just a relationship, but it's with life. If you carry the same bricks to the same house, to a new house, you're going to create the same house. It doesn't matter who you're with or where you are. If you continue to do the same things, what we don't realize is you start to act because you're so all high on, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen, that you start to act in a way that causes a response of what you didn't want. Because of what? The fear of it happening, and we don't even realize we create it. And I often tell a story about my fear of the police. I was always scared that I was going to get pulled over. And I was saying, I'm going to get pulled over, I'm going to get pulled over, I'm going to get pulled over. But why was I thinking that? And I sure get pulled over. I drew that to me. Whatever you think about the most is what will happen in your life. That's why the Bible tells us what to meditate on. You got to really key into those scriptures. Meditate on the things that God has given us to meditate on, because He knows that if you don't, we're going to be where? In a fearful state. For God did not give you the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Now, it said God didn't give us the spirit of fear, but He did say fear would come on. So what do you do when fear comes on? You counter it with, if I have fear, it did not come from God. If I have negative thoughts about myself, it did not come from God. So everything negative that you think, understand, it did not come from God. So now, you know, that He can't tell us what we wanted to. So everything that you're replaying are lies, and they'll never be true because they didn't come from God. Don't let fear interfere with your future. That's right. If you run around scared of being bold, and we talked about this earlier, if God said come boldly, that means He wants you to be bold. You got to go to the throne. That means I don't want no punks coming to me. Come to me. Boldly. Because think about it. If I am your father, I am king. Right. And I am your daughter. The princess, she don't come to daddy all wimpy. She come to daddy and daddy, look here. This is what I need. You know that little convertible right there? Daddy, I want that. Daddy, buy that. That's how a father-daughter relationship is. You don't get intimidated. Daddy, I don't know why. I know it's my dad, but I don't know. I was talking to my kids, and one day, this was before I started doing all that I'm doing now, and my kids, even though we went through so much, they asked me for stuff like I had a lot of money. It's like, don't you see what we're doing? Don't you see? No, why? Because of the confidence they have in their mom. That's the exact same confidence that we have to have in God about our future, in every area of our life. The scripture talks about in 3 John about how He wants us to be prosperous in all areas. It's not just this. If you want help with y'all, believe and trust God for that. He wants that. He wants you with the relationship, the finances, the spiritual. He wants you with everything in every area of your life to be prosperous. Have you ever noticed people that they have all this money, but their marriage is in a disarray, the kids on drugs, and all? That's not what the scripture means. All of that is supposed to be good. So we have to do our part. And we cannot let our fear interfere with our future. So I know we done talked all of the personal stuff and the mind stuff and the emotional stuff. Now we got to talk business. Because I know that's what you came for. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. It goes back to, we see the completed vision. And we want to jump from we ain't doing nothing to the completed vision. There is no foundation step set. There are no steps that have been taken. I just know that God showed me that I would be in an arena with 50 billion people and I would be preaching the word of God. When did you witness to somebody where it starts. You can't just skyrocket. And it said that it takes 10 years for someone to become an overnight success. Most of the people that we see just pop up, they've probably been at it for a while. We're just now, getting hold of them. Well, except the Kardashians, I'm sorry. And I ain't mad at it though. I'm get it while you're cute still, though. Get it while you're cute. Start where you are. Wherever you are is where you start. Don't try to look at where everybody else started. She doing this, but don't worry about that. That's not your business. Your business is to start exactly where you are. Use what you have. If you cannot, you want to write a book and can't afford to get it printed on, start with an ebook. It's absolutely free. How many people here got? Y'all know y'all have computers because you register for this event. How many people got Word? How many people know how to turn a Word doc into a PDF? And you know it's free online with that, pdf.com. You have books. And you sell your book online until you make the money. What happens? There's no more excuses. In this day and age, there's too many resources available to you, absolutely free. Oh, Lord, Lady Charmaine. No, when I go to her show, she knows she does Lady Charmaine live television show. And first thing she said, turn on all of it, I'll say no bombs. That's my girl, so I should go like that. So you use what you have. If you don't have everything, use what you have. I'm big on bartering. Big on bartering. A lot of the things that I had done for me in the past, and still do, I get people coming to me all the time on barter. I'm like, well, let me see what you got. Because if you think about it, back in the day, even in the Bible, in the biblical time, they bartered a lot of things. Don't be afraid to say, okay, if you need this, I'll give you that. Just make sure that what you got is worth something. And two, just because you're bartering with someone for a service, that does not mean you don't treat it as if they paid you. Y'all been burned. That comes from a hurt place. Like that. So, it's other ways to get what you need to get done without having money. Ask questions. And if you really want it bad enough, you can figure out how to go get the money to go get it. I went to this seminar that I went to in December, and the guy said, that was teaching, he said, I wanted to go to this seminar. The seminar was $2,000 and I didn't have it. So I went to the guy, I told him my story, and I poured out my heart, and he said, well, when you get the money out, you come to the seminar. He said, I was on my TV. He said, I took, what do you call those, title bonds out in his car. He wanted it that bad. And then I turned around and go to his expensive seminar. Because he got the information, he took it, used it, now he's teaching others. That he wanted it bad enough. The question is, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to give up to give? Who are you willing to let go to move forward? Who are you willing to just cut off because you've known to cut it off a long time ago? You just chose not to. And who you're connected to will also hinder you from getting to that next level too. Y'all can never go for that story. To connect to the wrong people, if people that come into your life, you're not prospering because they're in your life, you need to come and cut it off. And do what you can. Don't try to overdo. Only do what you can do. Of course, you want to always keep moving forward, but do what you can do and stop looking at what everybody else is doing. That has nothing to do with you. That's their road. You don't know what they went through to get to where they are. You couldn't walk in their shoes if they can't walk in yours. So start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. And my question to you now is, who are you? Do you even know? Do you even know what you bring to the table? As a woman, as a person, as a child of God, do you really know? Have you identified who you are? Or are you operating based upon what your past dictated to you, what your family said to you, and what some man decided how you wanted to treat you, so now your value was low? Have you decided and sat back and wrote out, who am I? So what is your story? Everybody here has a story. And I promise you, there's somebody in there that wants to hear it. What is your story? How did I find out my story? I have the 3P method. Peace, pen, and paper. My peaceful spot when I was in Atlanta was in my closet. My kids would come in there at any given moment, and I would be knocked out in the closet. That was my peaceful place. Because I have to, when I create, it has to be absolutely quiet. Don't ask me nothing, don't ask me to do anything. We can't, because I get real touchy because God has given me the gifting to be able to create. And I can't create when havoc is going on. My most creative time, I can start about 8 o'clock in the evening and work until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So go find your peace with your pen and paper. That means, I don't care what's going on, I don't care what situation you're in, I don't care where you live, I don't care what your job is. Find a peaceful place. Pray. And then start to write out what it is that you want in your life. What it is that you see. What it is that you feel. Normally, honestly, when we think back from when we were kids, we kind of already know where we should be and some of the desires that we had that didn't go anywhere, but we just didn't pursue them because, oh, you grown now, girl, go pick a real job. Check and see what that is. What hardships have you overcome? I told you earlier, you have the answer to somebody's problem. And it could be in your hardship. What successes have you had in your life? People want to hear the successes too. We don't want to hear about people going through. We want to hear about some successes. Use the 3P method. Write down what you've overcome. That's your homework. I'm big on homework. If you come to my class and I give you homework and I expect you to get it done, why are you shaking your head? Yes, over there. I expect you to get it done and you never know when I might pop up and call your house. Because in order to take my class, I got to have your phone number. Who are you? What problem do you solve? Who is your target audience? Have you decided who your target audience is? Everybody has a story. I just want to tell the world. But the world, I want to all hear your story. There's a specific target market that wants to hear your story. I honestly believe, it's not written anywhere in the Bible, but I just believe that God has given each one of us a number of people that He has entrusted us with to empower, inspire, and equip. And I don't want to get to Judgment Day and you say, well, you was doing all that, but who did you help? Right. We all have people that we are assigned to, or that is assigned to us, that we are supposed to help. Who was that market? If you were abused, if you dealt with domestic violence, that's possibly your audience. For me, my audience is women that have had to overcome traumas. My ministry is a trauma-based ministry dealing with molestation as well as the entrepreneurship. That's just, just gave me that. I'm so glad that it did. How do you want your audience to view you? How do you want to be seen? These are important when you are starting. How do you want people to view you? Are you going to be timid and say, well, you know, yeah, I wrote this book. I know I like it. Check it out. No, you say, girl, I thought I wrote this new book. It's hot. I'm telling you, you gotta read this book. Matter of fact, let me read something to you real quick. You have to have that type of boldness when it's your stuff. Don't downplay your stuff. You took the time to write it. You took the time to create it. Value it. You can't expect people to value what you don't. How will you connect with your audience? Decide that. I got an idea. Figuring out who my target audience is, how will I connect with them? Where are these people? As you said on Facebook, Twitter, even with Facebook and Twitter. There's an art to Facebook and Twitter that most people have no clue about Facebook and Twitter. Matter of fact, you follow me on Facebook, and what would you say I do on Facebook? What do you perceive from me? Other than my daily words of wisdom, what do you see? What makes you want to go to my page?
Like my grandmother lives here. I went to go pick her up. You would show that, but then you know, market something. We were coming back with something positive of what she didn't get or what someone did. So you just always encourage and you always helping someone else with their things. Like you know, put something up. Like I remember seeing the grade area. That's I knew about that book was from you. help them market somebody else.
Right. And see, the thing is my daughter here? She know. Well, she know now. Sometimes when you're online and you have a bigger presence, people think you aren't human. But I remember when I took a picture, I was in Ross, and I took a picture of a deal. And I said, I'm trying my hardest. But I spoke to her about it before I did it. She said, Mama, go ahead so people know you're human. I took a picture of a baby deal, but I said, I'm trying my hardest to accept that my daughter is having a baby. And for those of you that follow me on Facebook, y'all follow me from when I first found out to when she graduated high school to 5 days later she had a baby, and to now, the little mama, she'll be down here a little later. I went to go get a kiss during break. She's sleeping, but she's here now. I do that not because I'm trying to be gimmicky, none of that. I do that because we are humans. And sometimes people will put you on a pedestal thinking you can do no wrong because stuff don't happen in your life. No, I had a team that was pregnant just like other folks have. Yes, my son, he broke his arm and I'm at the hospital because he didn't punch the wall because he was mad. So I talk about my family life because when you do so, it makes people connect with you. You can't just sit back and say, I'm not brought up, well, why? What is it? I mean, saying tithe. I know tithe. They even have a story. They claim you clothes. What is your story? Who are you? Where are you coming from? I hate when people send me stuff in my inbox and say, go to my page and like it. What am I liking? I mean, I understand, if everybody wants to support. Introduce yourself first. Say who you are. It's a pleasure to meet you. Don't just send me by myself. I don't do that. There's a way to sell without even selling. That's another class. Why should you tell your story? It will show others how powerful God is. Especially people that have known you. They're not going to see the change, I don't know, she might revert back to that. He might revert back to that. But it's okay. You know where God has brought you from. It will bless others. You get to travel. I love being able to get a call and say, can you come speak? And I get to meet new people, get to see new things. You run your own business. You can still work corporate America. But at the end of the day, I say everybody needs to have a full-time business or at least a side business. Because at any given moment, that carpet can be pulled from up under you. And what would we do when we are dependent upon a job? And to be honest with you, God never intended for it to be that way. Adam and Eve messed that up. Well, listen to one. Eve was out of line, but Adam rejected her. So, work when you choose to. You can choose when you want to. I like being able to do that. I like being able to say, I want to throw an event and be able to throw an event. I like being able to people call and say, can you come? I don't know if I want to travel. I'm a real nester. As much as I do, I'm a nester. I like being home. I like it. You always gather new ideas, concepts, and knowledge every place you go. I pick up so many great things when I'm out and visiting other places and seeing how other cultures do things. I enjoy that part of it. Why should you tell your story? You also position yourself as a leading authority on your topic. No longer are you expert. Experts can be challenged. Leading authorities, right now. Bottom line. It's your story. It's who you are. You created it. That's the end of it. You meet tons of new people. The stage is yours. You can say and do and empower all of the people that you want. I mean, for me, it's exciting for me to share with you. I'm not only more excited to share with you than you are in me. You gain more leads if you're trying to have a coaching. How many people in here have a coaching business or want to start a life coaching business? Anybody in here? Okay. You gain more leads that way. And you can record your event and turn it into a product. Everything you do now should be product driven. Every talk that you do, I don't care if you want to speak for free. Have it recorded. Create a DVD audio series out of it. Let your story pay you. You are in the business of solving problems. Everybody on this planet solves somebody's problem. Tide solves our problem with our clothes. What's that? That secret deodorant solves our perspiration problem. Everything, every product solves a problem. Why would one yours? Everything we go to the store for solves a problem, whether it's something you want or something you need. Everything. Like I said, Oprah's book, her magazine, everything is how-to tips. Next time you go in the store, look at old magazine. Every advertisement on there is Dr. Oz. 5 keys to a slimmer waist. Who don't want a slimmer waist? 12 keys to happiness. 8 ways to organize your closet. They're selling you information. Right now, you are at the best time to create your information because information is how the majority of the millionaires that I know, they didn't become millionaires through real estate. They became millionaires through information that they sell online. People will buy your stuff as long as you're solving problems. Speakers. I know some of you could send me emails once you saw the advertisement that was talking about how to become a speaker. How many of you really want to become a speaker, like for real, and like do your thing? Or how many of you might want to, a little bit afraid because you're a little shy? And you kept your hands the whole time. Okay. Determine what type of speaker you wish to become. Now let me tell you this. A speaker is not just standing up in front of the room. Anytime you have dialogue, what's in front of you a speaker. Now, if you plan on opening a business, it is mandatory that you become a speaker. How else will anybody know about your business? So for all of you that didn't raise your hand, y'all become speakers too. Think about it. At a conference and it said, how to make millions online. These guys, they've made all this money online. But if you think about it, where were they? They were in a conference room full of people speaking on how to make millions online based on what they did. If you want to start a business, it's imperative that you become a speaker. Put the shot demon back in its place. I don't like to talk to people. I don't know what to say. They're not rejecting me. If you want to be in business, you automatically become a speaker. There's no way around it because how else will people know about your product? And you can determine what type of speaker you want to be. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do what Tony Robbins do or Les Brown. You can just do it the way you want to do it. It doesn't have to be on a big platform. I'm going to join an organization that will help you improve your speaking and leadership. Toastmasters is great. If you're afraid of speaking, if you want to start a business, my next assignment to you is go find a Toastmasters class because you will have to talk to people about your business. Study other speakers. I do that all the time. Invest in seminars, boot camps, coaching, home study kits, and all that good stuff. Begin speaking to local groups, clubs, or nonprofits. Now, this one, if you really want to become a speaker and take your business to the next level, or at least start, the best place to get new leads, to get them to speak, is at a Rotary Club, a nonprofit organization, a Chamber of Commerce. Why? They're looking for speakers to be able to come in and talk. Also, he who hears it from you first will do business with you. If you are a plumber, plumbers don't want to speak, but if you go in to the Chamber of Commerce and say, I'm going to talk about the 7 things you must know before you hire a plumber, guess what? Anytime a person needs a plumber, they're going to call you. You're not technically a speaker that travels, but you are a speaker because you just spoke about it. So I want you to view it as it has to be one way. Identify your niche. Now, how many people here have more than one thing that they know they're good at? Okay, swear, what are you good at?
Dancing, singing. I'm in a professional dance company. I sing praise and worship, leader at our church. I'm motivating. I make jewelry.
How many of those things are paying you?
That of the company, the dance company.
Okay, so who else? Who else has multiple years?
I'm a nurse that takes money for me. I'm an author, but I just finished the book, so I'm going to be on this soon.
Don't I know you?
I don't think so.
I look familiar. You might be Facebook. I don't know. You look familiar. But what about on Facebook?
I'm literally a Facebook guy. No, I'm but I teach the class of health and fitness training and teach people about staying healthy, nutrition,
And that's the kind of stuff that you have a passion and love to do. Okay, who else?
Bake hair.
So we get a pound cake.
And,
You get a pound cake. No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. I asked you about a pound cake.
ask hair.
Huh?
Ask hair.
Oh, see, you know how people in front go about that food in class, especially cakes.
I'll look you up.
Okay. What else do you do?
I do some motivational speaking, but nothing on that level. Just really going out and just encouraging people because that's something I want to do. And since I just had a daughter that's going into college, I now want to do informational classes on getting your kids into college and finding them for them.
That's good. Somebody. What are you doing?
I'm a motivated speaker. I have two kids that want to get in the same business. So for being a Christian and not trying to put your kids into anything, I'm pretty much the person that they go to. So we do a lot of American Tax House and stuff like that. So I'm trying to help them. I help a lot of people in our church. She called me an information lady because everything somebody that she doesn't know, I'm always knowing what to do to help get them to the situation of how to get out of where they're going through and stuff. I have a lot of young adults that call me. So like I have one that's 27 who didn't know how to fill out an application to get her apartment or what all she needed. So I help them, encourage them, and show them how to get their apartment and stuff made out of it.
Good.
I do organization. So I organize people's lives. But education comes from out here. I put specifically in food. And I do hair.
Okay, go ahead, come on.
I have, I'm somewhat, I guess, of a motivational speaker. I don't know. I have an online internet radio show, and I have, I do write commercials. I can produce commercials. I also have a jewelry business. I also have, a promotions company, and I guess that's it.
Okay. Sounds like you guys are like me, you have multiple things that you know how to do. But the key is, decide on the one that can make you the most money the fastest, so you can do the other things. Or you will never get anything done. Start off, come up with 3 to 6 options. Think about your professional and personal background. That is very, very important. Start with one niche market first. This will allow you to learn the process. So, when I came out with Single No More, I decided I only want to do that for the year. I give myself a 12-month span. Because what happens is, if you don't see the success right away, you'll get discouraged. Decide what you want to do, stick with it for 12 months, or until at least you made your first $100,000.
I just want to say that I am excited. I am really grateful to April Mason for this event. I am an asset. I love the title. I love what she presented today. I think that it should be sent, it should be taught everywhere to everyone. Because oftentimes we do not know our work. And she taught this class today, did this workshop with love and passion, and I am so grateful. So thank you very much.
Hello everybody, my name is Katrina Ford and I just got out of the I'm an Asset Women's Conference, Entrepreneurship Conference, and I learned so much. In my journal I have pages of things that I took away from it, everything that she said. She just spoke so many words that stuck with me, but specifically what I learned is I have a lot of talents, and I need to pick one of those talents that will make me money the fastest. And I don't have a job right now. I've been looking, I haven't been successful, and I feel like that's a sign that I need to take some of my talents and just act on that and make some money with that. And the second thing that I learned that really stuck with me is to be yourself no matter what audience you are in front of. And I've struggled with that going to a predominantly white school. But today I heard, you have to be yourself around anybody, because when you try to alter how you are around different people, it doesn't feel real, and you don't feel real inside of you. So you just have to be you and understand that maybe everybody is not going to like you, but that's okay. Just keep it moving and love yourself and be yourself. So that's only a couple things that I learned today. I've learned so much more, and I just thank April for everything that she taught us. And yes, thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm just so excited, just so elated after hearing of April Mason and the information that she actually brought forth. I'm just super duper excited because I do have a business that I want to open up, and just being here today just confirmed it. And it's very simple. My hindrance was not having the finances or the money to put forth my business, but she brought up some very detailed resources and information that I can actually use that will cost literally nothing. So there's nothing stopping me now, and I'm so excited and elated, and I'm ready to start my business. God bless you.
Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed my time at I Am an Asset, and truly have an understanding of what it means to be an asset now, in the sense of I have negated some of the value of the work that I have, but April has definitely given us perspective, focus, and definitive goals to work towards. So over the next 30 days, I have 3 goals set for myself, as well as in the next 90 days, I have additional goals set for myself. And just coming here today to this seminar, I believe will help me to reach the goals that I had already planned on reaching for the end of the year. Greatly appreciated it, and any woman who has any vision or goals should be a part of learning more about what the I Am an Asset is. Thank you so much, Sarah. Greatly appreciate it.
My name is Linda Anderson, and I just want to say that I was greatly encouraged and blessed and happy to meet April. A couple of things I'm taking away from today is that I'm reminded that I'm an asset. I'm encouraged to stand upon my beliefs and standards, and also just to be mindful to apply God's word, and to be mindful that when He leads me, to follow and to trust Him and to stand on His word. That's the best advice that I got today. Thank you, and I'm so happy to be here. This is my first event with April. Awesome. I'm very proud.
Hi, I'm Naima Visions, and I'm at April Mason's I Am an Asset seminar. And the theme is right now, what did I learn today? 1, say yes to God. 2, faith coupled with action. You can't lose. 3, in whatever you're asking from God, be prepared to rise to the occasion. 4, invest in yourself. 5, be clear of what you're investing in. 6, create a 90-day plan. And 7, I'm ready to get started. Thank you, and hope to see you next time. Bye.